I am so looking forward to getting to Long Island, New York. Where is your New York show? I forget.
Center, New Albany.
Albany, New York?
Yeah, Albany, New York.
Yes. Albany, New York. The Pepsi Center, Monday Night Raw. We have an undisputed championship match. Is that not? That's the case, right?
That is the main event of the evening. You are correct. And not only do we have that, we have both quarterfinal matches of the King of the Ring as well.
Amazing.
Crazy stuff is in store, and we're gonna get right to the action because we have here 7th of June, 2004. We are starting off with Randy Orton coming out with Dave Batista versus Rob Conway in the King of the Ring quarterfinal match, and these two gentlemen have an excellent match.
It's an all OVW affair.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, you're right. So, man, that's actually poetic justice. But we'll focus on that when we get there.
Yes, sir.
Point being, Conway has probably one of the best showings since coming on the Raw. I think 3-4 months ago.
I think this tournament has been the highlight of his
run for sure. I'm about to say this is definitely the most wins he's had. But Randy Orton is trying every dirty trick in the book to try and cheat Conway out of this win, but Conway is persevering. Conway is kicking out of unexpected situations. It's in his DDT, the backbreaker, the
Garden Stomp,
the Garden Stomp, exactly.
The snap body slam.
Thank you.
Yeah. So many amazing and recognizable moves from his arsenal.
I'm about to say it's so funny that people like say Orton's a boring wrestler, which I get because he's a headlock master. We'll give that to you, but. Rob Conway does hit the ego trip, but Batista is able to put Orton's foot on the rope.
Nice.
In order to save the match. While Conway is busy arguing with the referee, Randy Orton is able to slither up behind him. This is, of course, before he's a Viper, but, you know. Those tendencies
He's still a slick wrestler.
Exactly. Nails an RKO. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton moves on to the semifinals. That, at least for Raw's End, will be happening at King of the Ring.
I love that Dave Batista is an important character in this narrative.
Next up, we have a promo from Chris Jericho, who is seconded by Kane, saying that Christian Cage, as of right now, is not medically cleared to compete, but they accept Dreamer and Richards' challenge for Sunday. I'm assuming this is on Sunday?
Yes.
Perfect. On Sunday, and tell them to be careful what they wish for. Kane raises his arms, drops his arms, and fire covers the screen as they fade to black.
Cool.
Next up, we have Charlie Haas with Jackie Gaeta obviously attached at his hip, arm, and any other part of his body. Right on the same shoulder where the gold is. Going one-on-one with Rico. This is just a nice, quick match. Haas taps Rico out with the House of Pain. This is more just to get, again, tune-up match for his match with Scotty next week. Speaking of said Scotty 2 Hotty, as Haas is making his way up the ramp, you know I love to do this, Scotty 2 Hotty makes his way down the ramp.
It's just a beautiful way to tell a story.
It's just so fun. Scotty is seconded by Nydia as he goes one-on-one with Hardcore Holly. Again, I won't make a big song and dance out of it because I'm sure the good people at home can guess what's about to happen. Scotty nails his DDT.
I was going to say, we're going to put the bet on him and have him beat everybody.
Beat everybody. Scotty hits the DDT, hits the worm. 1, 2, 3. Carries the victory. Looking good, looking strong. Who's going to win next week for the United States title? We'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have Jazz going one-on-one with Stacy Keibler, who needs to blow off some steam, she said to Tori Wilson in a .com exclusive, and said she would like a match, doesn't care with who, and that's when Jazz barges in and says, I would also like a match.
And that's when I think that Stacy Keibler is going to get hospitalized.
Just a little bit.
Along with Kurt Angle.
Just real slightly. Just real slightly. Jazz does hit a triple power bomb on poor Stacy, who does have a good showing, to be fair. Has a couple hold spots, locks in an ankle lock, but, you know, Jazz is Jazz, so, especially in our world.
Yes.
So
I mean, realistically, Jazz was tip top.
yeah, Jazz was a
Everywhere.
killer even in real life, but you know, she was a woman in 2004.
Yeah, so you're not getting very far.
Yeah. But he is able to kill Stacy. Benjamin carries her out before, it gets worse.
Yes.
And after the match, Lita attacks Jazz, who is able to slide out of the ring before Lita is able to nail a twist of fate. Lita holds up her world championship, and obviously, pay-per-view. We're going to sound and dirty, as the kids say. But it's time to everybody strap in, buckle up your safety belts. It's story time with Josiah, baby. Backstage, Ric Flair is warming up for his match with Triple H. When Randy Orton comes in, got the ice pack from the trainer's room. He's a little sore from that ego trip, so icing the neck up. Win's a win, so he's not feeling too bad, if you know what I'm saying. Randy comes in with Batista saying he is looking forward to Evolution completely taking over the Raw side of the bracket and eventually be coming home with the King of the Ring crown. Randy pats Rick on the back, tells him to break a leg out there, literally, as Rick throws on his robe and heads towards the ring. As Flair walks out, Orton turns back to Triple H and is just kind of waiting for him to follow him out. And he doesn't. So, Randy, of course, asks the question that the entire audience is thinking, why aren't you walking out with him? Triple H says he doesn't want to get in the way of Rick's match with Shawn and says that Rick said he wanted to handle this on his own. So, Randy then asks the next question the audience is thinking, which is, are you doing this because Rick asked, or are you doing it because it's Shawn Michaels out there? Triple H, of course, doesn't answer, because before we get an answer, Ric Flair's music hits with the TV that Evolution has in the background.
Yep. The beauty of this match is we have a lot of imagery to call back to.
Oh, yeah, I don't have to really say anything. Not only do we have a lot of imagery, we got, plenty of...
Yes, sir.
Too. So, obviously, this will not be on the grand scale and spectacle of the WrestleMania match.
Yep.
So, yeah, not as grand a scale as that. Ric Flair isn't retiring yet.
Yes.
But these two do have a hell of a match. Rick pulls all the tricks out. He drops the knee pad, drops the knee on Shawn. Real smooth. He doing the punches. Shawn hits the... What's that? The flying forearm. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen the Shawn Michaels.
It's funny, so Jesse Ventura called it the flying burrito. Tito Santana did that move.
That's actually great. But yeah, Shawn hits the elbow drop. Flair hits his chops. Flair does the Flair flop, obviously. Boy, it plays the hits. It's a good show for the crowds. But it's a highly technical, highly skill-based match. It's something they put on a high-level show, basically. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is the finish, and how it finishes is with Shawn tuning up the band, nailing sweet chin music, and getting the 1-2-3 on the Nature Boy to punch his ticket to the semifinals of King of the Ring, and going 1-on-1 with one Randall Keith Orton.
Can I add something to your
Please
show?
do.
I'm getting word that Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton are expected on this week's SmackDown to have a confrontation with the SmackDown
Representative.
Gene Ole Dinsmore.
Ooh. Wow. JR, that's gonna be insane. How's this gonna go? Oh my god, we're gonna have to tune in to SmackDown to find out. Oh my god, puppies!
Puppies, yes.
As we go back from commercial, we get to the Evolution locker room while Shawn's music is still playing. Randy looks dead into Triple H's eyes and says, Sunday, when Shawn wrestles me in the semifinals, Batista will not be my second. I want you out there, and I want you to choose. Right here, right now, in front of the world. Are you with Evolution, or are you with D-Generation X? That's how we close that out. Now, it is Eddie Guerrero versus John Cena with Rhino for the AEW Undisputed Championship here in, where the hell did I say we were at?
Albany, New York, the Pepsi Center.
And the Pepsi Center gets an eyeful. Crazy match between these two. Cena pretty much just throws Eddie around like he's made a, what was it, sack of potatoes is the
Yes,
old
sir.
saying.
As a saying.
Obviously, Cena is outpowering Eddie, but Eddie is way more technical and, more importantly for this match, way more experienced than John. Which is how he's able to nail a frog splash on Cena as he's going for the cover. The ref goes 1, the ref goes 2, and then the ref doesn't get to do anything else because Rhino yanks him out of the ring and throws him into the crowd like this is Spike Dudley and ECW.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Obviously, if you've watched any wrestling, that's a disqualification. So, because this match has ended in disqualification, Eddie, of course, gets pulled out by Rhino as well. Rhino attempts to gore Eddie through the barricade, and Eddie dodges out the way, and Rhino goes through the barricade.
Yes, sir.
Very pristinely. However, that is enough of a distraction for Cena to once again nail Eddie with the chain as he beats Eddie to the backstage area and into the parking lot. Cena takes full advantage of myriad of vehicle surroundings, nails an FU through the windshield to close out the show. And before SmackDown happens, we get a .com exclusive. Eric and Tori are obviously in the wreckage of the parking lot, saying that there will be a rematch for the Undisputed title because the match ended in disqualification, and it will open the show on Sunday. It'll be John Cena versus Eddie Guerrero in a parking lot brawl, and Rhino is banned from the building.
That is beautiful. Yes, sir. So I love the real life version of that, so I'm glad that we get our version. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself.
So, before we get there, what happens on SmackDown, Oz?
Thursday Night SmackDown, June the 10th, Long Island, New York, the Nassau Coliseum. I would not be surprised if we have a young Maxwell Jacob Friedman,
MJF,
or Kurt Hawkins, perhaps Matt Cardona.
I forgot how many people lived in Long Island.
Yes, sir. Strong Island. Tony Nese was from there. Yeah.
Shoot, maybe the whole Wu-Tang Clan's there on a roll.
So, the show opens with a man who fell short last week coming out to wrestle on behalf of his friend who also fell short last week. So the show opens with Edge taking on Test for the fast-paced championship. So Test is very
hard on his sleeve.
Well, he's very confident after defeating Rey Mysterio.
I would be too.
That's why that he is confidently putting his title on the line.
Yeah, of course.
And
I'll say Canada versus Canada action.
Yes.
See it.
So this match is actually, I'm sure that it's happened before. In at least that Invasion era when Test joined up with the Alliance.
I was about to say, I would assume it'd be like 01.
That feels right. That feels right.
But it might have been for a European Championship or something.
Definitely a possibility. But what I was going to say is I know that this match has happened. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
But the thing that has not happened in real life, but happens here, is Paul London costs Test the championship.
I can confirm that did not happen.
And so Edge is now a fast-paced style champion for the first time in his career.
FPS.
So
man, this FDA party is about to be insane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big celebration coming down the line. The main event is hyped after the opening match concludes, and we see that for the first time ever, the television title will be defended in a scaffolding match.
Yes, that was insane.
Where JBL will challenge Lance Storm, and whoever takes the tumble is the loser, and the man who stands tall will...
I say, whoever doesn't fall to their death wins the match.
Exactly. But after we see the hype for that, we see that Orlando Jordan is on his way out to the ring. He and the entire LLC are out to make their papa proud in the ring. And so Orlando comes out, and his opponent's already in the ring. This man's a former Cruiserweight champion and a Tough Enough winner. It's Matt Cappotelli. But Matt Cappotelli hasn't been seen in a few months.
A little bit, yeah.
He's been beat up, he's been bruised, he's been struggling, but
He's healing up, you know.
but he is
Let our wrestlers rest here in AEW.
exactly. He's already in the ring and he is raring to go. He and Orlando are displaying a lot of grit and determination, showing off that they're young and hungry because both men are of this modern age. They're not from a bygone era. What I mean is.
Yeah.
So JBL, for instance, started in the new generation.
Back.
He started in the new generation as Justin Hawk Bradshaw, and in the case of Edge, he started as Damon Striker in WCW. So it's like these two guys are from the here and now.
Exactly.
And so they're
fresh. They got a bright future ahead of them.
absolutely,
Etc.
and Orlando Jordan is able to overcome Matt Capitelli's offense by nefarious means when Maven and Kidman don't come out with Jordan, but they come through the crowd and they come from the staging area.
So they came out sneakily.
Sneakily, yes. They make sure that JBL is done proud early on.
Exactly. Very important.
Post-match, Rene Dupree is in the backstage area and he challenges Nunzio and Sylvan to a legitimate tag team match at King of the Ring. He says that the reason that he lost to Sylvan last week and the reason he lost to Nunzio the week before is because in both cases they weren't actually one-on-one matches, they were more like handicap matches.
Exactly.
And instead of him looking like a fool,
I'm just gonna find a friend and fight you.
Exactly.
It makes perfect sense. What's next?
So in this same segment, when Dupree is talking, we can see Paul Heyman confirming with Evan Weiss, but in the back of the shot.
Yeah.
Basically, you can see him being like, "Are you sure you want this?"
Yes, the Triple H shot. I see the one where we see it happening, but we're not supposed to know
Correct.
that we see it happening.
And
I'm
Weiss puts his hand on Heyman's shoulder, gives him the thumbs up, and walks away.
And said, "Cleaner, I got this."
So Heyman shakes his head and walks off. This is all happening behind the Dupree promo, but the funny thing about this ending is normally in that case you would think that the person walking off would be getting an entrance.
You would think that.
But the entrance that is happening is Doug Basham and Danny Holiday coming out to embrace Maven Huffman, Orlando Jordan, and Billy Kidman, who are still playing up to the Long Island crowd that loves them because they are the subjects.
Hometown boys.
Yes, they're basically adopted sons of Bradshaw.
I'm about to say it makes perfect sense.
And as the New York crowd pops strongly for the LLC, we see that Evan Weiss is in the ring. So he must have walked around the staging area and he's in the ring.
Walked into the ring. That makes sense. I mean, this guy's pretty much a bum off the street as far as we know. So.
Correct. We hear Taz and Cole saying...
It's about to be another mass transit incident. Oh, Lord.
So they say, how gluttonous was this Evan Weiss? Saying that he was willing to take on more than one man in his debut.
Yeah, last week I thought he was quite prideful. The week before that I thought he was a little lustful. And then the week even before that I thought, what a slothful individual.
But
this gluttony is ridiculous.
And so Evan Weiss takes on both Danny Holiday and Doug Basham. But the worst part is, he isn't just in a handicap match where he's taking on two men. There are still 3 men on the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
That way that one of them can be talking to the referee, let's say Nick Patrick for the sake of argument.
For sure.
While Kidman slides in and gives... While Maven slides in and gives a drop kick to...
Pristine.
Gives a drop kick to Evan Weiss, and then while Orlando Jordan is talking to the referee and putting his arm around him and all that, then Billy Kidman goes up and hits a shooting star press on to Evan Weiss.
So not only is he in a handicap match, he's also getting jumped.
Exactly.
At a high level, it seems.
So once Patrick tells Jordan to, get off here.
I'm about to say, stop touching me.
Like, you already celebrated your victory. Like, let me focus on my job. He turns around, and Doug and Danny are so excited by what has happened, what has transpired. Doug Basham looks at Danny Holiday and says, get up on the top rope. And so Danny Holiday gets on the top rope while Doug Basham puts...
ever doing top rope moves.
Well, you're going to love this. So Danny Holiday gets on the top rope. Doug Basham puts Evan Weiss on his shoulders.
Oh, God.
And they hit a doomsday device.
Yep.
Because, again, they're the baby faces according to Long Island, New York. So they hitting all the high spots.
They got to hit the most over move in all of history. It makes sense.
And so Danny Holiday pins Evan Weiss 1, 2, 3.
That's great.
Post-match.
I love the first match for him.
Post-match. Paul Heyman comes out to the ring. And he says to Strong Island, he says, Paul brings up to the crowd the loose cannon Brian Pillman and many others that have made impactful moments here in New York on behalf of ECW. And Paul is interrupted by the Team Extreme Tornado Champions, Bubba Ray, Devon, and Spike Dudley.
Of course.
And they are perplexed. Spike is they don't play to the crowd. They come out and they just Spike gets right in Paul's face, and it's just they're all confused why they haven't been used in the past few weeks.
Yeah.
And so
I was wondering that too.
Bubba grabs a mic and Paul says cut the mic to the back, and Bubba isn't able to get his words out to the crowd. Yeah. But Bubba's he's got a big mouth.
I was about to say he's quite loud.
Him and Devon are able to speak up, and Paul says, "Hey, you don't have to raise your voice to me. I know you all too well. You are the guys who fell to a joke. A guy named Paul London. He and I shouldn't even have the same name. Now, Test, on the other hand, Test did right by me, and he took out Paul London, and so this is why that you haven't been used. But don't worry. After this week, I'll make sure that I use you all the time, and you'll regret it."
Oh, damn.
So basically, it's going to be hard times for the Dudleys from here on out.
Man, the struggle continues for those damn Dudleys.
The semi-main event segment is also a talking segment, but, we're working our way to a pay-per-view, so that makes sense.
I'm about to say plenty. Makes perfect sense. Who's talking?
The most excellent Lord of the Ring, Gene Ole Densmore, comes out, but before he can say much to the crowd or anything, we hear Shawn Michaels music. He plays to the crowd, he gets to the ring, and without a microphone, we see the words being mouthed by Gene Ole Densmore to Shawn, "My son."
Oh, Lord.
But as Shawn is confronting Densmore and getting in his face and saying that, this is wrong and you're not even, right in the head, basically.
Yeah, you're crazy.
That's when Evolution's music hits.
And Evolution is a mystery.
Yes, Evolution is a mystery. Out comes Randy Orton, Ric Flair, Dave Bautista, and Triple H.
The game.
This group of bad guys.
First time Triple H's been on SmackDown since he was champion, if I remember correctly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this group of bad guys, they basically surround Shawn Michaels. So Rick, Dave, and Hunter, along with Densmore, are all standing there while Randy talks down to both Densmore and Michaels. Because to Randy, he is
the future of this business.
And more importantly than the future, he is making the future every time that he steps into the ring. Because come SummerSlam, he sees himself as the youngest undisputed champion in the company's history.
Ain't that the truth?
As tensions continue to rise between Shawn, the only good guy in the ring, and all of these villainous folks, that's when the newly strapped up Edge, Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero come to the ringside area to back up Shawn, and more importantly, to give him a reprieve, a way out.
Yeah.
And although Eddie is banged up, got rib tape on,
Yeah,
and
about to say bandage on his head.
yes, he meets his brethren on the top of the stage, and he shakes hands with Shawn Michaels, and Chavo and Ray hug Eddie as the heroes make sure that Shawn gets away safe and sound, and the heels in the ring are, not happy about it, but they're okay because in their minds they're gonna come out on top this Sunday.
I'm about to say, now I gotta make a lick of difference to them. I'm assuming Dinsmore powders out because
Yeah.
he's in there with Evolution.
Exactly, you don't need that.
Yeah. I'm about to say
He's
he's
above
above
it
the
all.
ring.
Yes.
He's above all that.
Speaking of being above the ring, the main
Beautiful
event
segue.
of the evening. Now, this is a different presentation of a scaffold match. This is not in a
I'm
bingo
about to
hall.
say, tell me what this looks like here.
So, the way that I'm constructing this, hold this for a second, please. The way I'm constructing this in my mind is think about it like think about the match presentation like a modern ladder match where the title is raised high.
Okay.
And the scaffolding surrounds the ring. So I'm having scaffolding built around the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And so the referee will have Lance go to one side and John go to the other. They'll scale the scaffolding and then they'll meet and fight. So they're going to, mostly it's going to be a hands and feet style match, but
I would assume so because, I'm assuming the scaffolding isn't too wide either. We're talking like probably.
So I've been on
Person
scaffolding.
and a
You can have probably 3 like 2x6s on there. So you'd have about 18 inches to work with.
Okay.
But the point is they've got all 4 sides of the ring to work with. And in my mind, the big bump is going to be into the ring. Right?
I would hope so.
Sure. Right. If you go off to the crowd side, which is what you'll pretend, but we're not actually, or staging side,
We're not crazy.
Yeah, we're not crazy. So let's just cut to the finish. Obviously, there'll be hands, there'll be feet, there'll be a lot of things
I
thrown.
would say maybe some toes. Who knows?
But the big finish is John hitting his cigar power bomb on the scaffolding.
Yeah, that's how bump.
Yes, and so Lance is down, but John, he plays to the crowd, because remember, he's babyface here.
Of course.
He plays to the crowd, and he says to him, "Oh, I got this. He picks up Lance, and he doesn't do a fall away slam, he does a throwaway slam.
Oh, yeah, that's smart, because he'll fall to...
And so he tosses Lance into the ring, and so that means he's off the scaffolding.
Yep, that is a victory for John Bradshaw.
Yes, and so I'm just going to pretend...
I don't know why I stopped saying that word.
You're fine. JBL wins the television title. He stays on the scaffold. I'm going to say walks over to hard camera side. The belt lowers, and he can unstrap it.
Unstrap it and hold it
and so,
high above his head.
And so this is not the conclusion of the show. The show ends with Maven, Kidman, Orlando Jordan, Danny Holiday, Doug Basham all getting up there with him.
Yeah, all 19 of them. Yes,
so they are up on the scaffolding with him, holding the title. And Bradshaw grabs the mic and he says, "This Sunday at King of the Ring, I'm walking out with 2 titles. Hurricane, I'm challenging you for the Intercontinental Championship." And that's how the show goes off the air, and the crowd goes wild.
Oh, my Lord. Man, this King of the Ring show is going to be crazy.
So, King of the Ring at the Nationwide Arena, Columbus, Ohio, June 13th, 2004.
And we are going to open this show with Eddie Guerrero versus John Cena, parking lot brawl for the Undisputed Championship. The reason we're opening this twofold. One, the show's called King of the Ring, so the King of the Ring should probably make it.
Well, not just that, but it's also, I'm pretty sure it's a pre-taped.
Yeah, 100% pre-taped. 1,000% pre-taped. Also, this is the easiest match for me to cover because it's going to be the exact same damn match they had in real life. Only difference being the Undisputed title's on the line.
Yes.
So after Eddie wins, he'll raise it in the air. Yeah. But if you haven't seen that match, it's a brilliant match. Go watch it.
Yeah, it's on the internet right now.
On the internet.
Love it.
In fact, it's on this Well, not this channel, but this platform that you're on.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Yeah. No, I love that. And here's the other thing: we have opened with undisputed title matches before because in the past we've closed with women's championship matches.
That's right. I'm about to say. Now it is rare. I will admit that it is rare, but sometimes it is fun to have your world title open first. That's all I'll say. Well,
the first SmackDown match here at King of the Ring is the Federacion Implosion Tag Team match. Sylvain and Nunzio taking on
the Mega Federation explodes.
Rene Dupree and his, up until this point, unknown partner.
I would say question mark.
But
the legendary NWA wrestler.
That's a true story. So his partner tonight is a man with German heritage.
Okay.
Heidenreich.
Right.
Yes.
I was really trying to run through the roll of that. Like, what German wrestler do we have?
So at one point, I had thought about putting him with them and coming up with a German way of saying federation, and then whatever German version it is.
Yeah,
but then I realized to myself, I was like, you know what? Because of the injury and
all the etc. that outside.
I was like, you know what if I just do it the other way, where John Heidenreich teams with Rene Dupree to take on Sylvain and Nunzio. And so that's what I did.
Sense to me.
And Rene Dupree is proven right when I'm going to call them the Bold Blonde Body Boys.
BBB?
I don't know. Whatever, I'll come up with something.
I was about to say, you could have just did the
big
hand-germ connection or something.
the Big Blonde Brutes.
Big Blonde? You know what? That works.
Because they are pretty big. They are broody.
I will say Rene Dupree. I know he came through WWE in the everyone's huge time.
Yeah, correct.
Pretty big dude.
But Heidenreich's got the height too.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so the quote unquote good guys go over.
Shoot, love to see it. Awesome. Well, now we have the semifinals for the King of the Ring tournament. The last semifinal, I should say.
Whose side will Triple H be on?
That's what the world wants to know. Is it DX? Is it Evolution? It's that 2009 game all over again. But 5 years early.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter which side you do. You just play the other one too. And
you
unlock everything.
You just play both.
Yes.
But, fun either way. I know I personally picked DX first time I played. What about yourself?
I don't remember. It's been too long.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, I just don't recall.
Hey. Well, doesn't make a difference. I will say, Orton makes his entrance, Shawn makes his entrance, and then, Triple H is Triple H, so he has to have his own entrance.
I like that. He
And
does it big.
He does, doesn't he though? And at the very beginning of the match, Triple H walks over to Shawn Michaels' corner to root him on against Randy Orton, who is absolutely livid.
I'll tell you what. Randy Orton is good at being angry.
Oh yeah, no, that's probably one of his. I will say, young Randy does anger better than old Randy.
Well, and according to people, it wasn't even that.
Yeah. Listen, Randy Orton's matured a lot over the years.
That is correct.
But this is before that maturity, so he's more fun.
Yes.
I highly doubt Orton and Shawn could have a bad match, especially with, Randy's this young. So, a little bit more dynamic in his movements. However, we got a lot of show. So, we're going to skip on ahead and get to the nitty and or gritty. We have Shawn Michaels accidentally hitting sweet chin music on Earl Hebner, who, let's be honest, Shawn could have flipped Earl Hebner, and he would have fell over, but sweet chin music, he's out cold. After the sweet chin music to Earl Hebner, Randy Orton is able to hit the RKO on Shawn Michaels, and he covers him, and the crowd is counting. They get up to 15. He's beaten them 5 times over, Oz. But there's no referee to count it. What is he going to do? So, Randy Orton, being the cocky little so-and-so that he is, goes to get a sledgehammer. As he gets the sledgehammer, slides into the ring with it, points directly at Triple H, and tells him, "This one's for you, Hunter." Turns around and gets nailed with a sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels. Michaels tries to drag him in, asks Triple H to drag Earl over so he can get the cover in. Triple H picks up the sledgehammer, though, and nails Shawn Michaels with it. Crowd is in shock and disbelief. Triple H tosses the sledgehammer outside the ring, drags Orton's unconscious body over to Shawn Michaels, and then grabs Earl Hebner and throws him next to the shoulders so he can see the pinfall once he finally comes to, because it's been 5.6 seconds, a perfect time for him to wake back up. Counts to 1, counts to 2, counts to 3. Randy Orton is going to the finals against Gene Ole Dinsmore to determine who is going to be the king of the ring. But more importantly than that, Triple H is still with Evolution. That's what the crowd really wanted, Dawes. Whew. What a world we live in.
Speaking of the crowd,
Tell me what the people.
this Columbus, Ohio crowd is not on the side of John Bradshaw Layfield.
I can only imagine.
This Columbus crowd is not a fan of the new television champion. This Columbus crowd is all for
The Hurricane.
Yes, sir. So, as John Bradshaw Layfield is making his way out to the ring, his guys, Danny Holiday, Doug Basham,
The LLC.
yes, Billy Kidman, Maven Huffman, and Orlando Jordan, they all get picked off one by one.
Ooh.
So, because JBL's not watching, he's not paying attention, he's not
That sounds
caring.
like him. Yeah.
He's all in his own ego. And so, first, Doug and Danny get taken out by Saren Moore and Toa Reigns.
Nice.
That makes sense. He's taking on a Hurricane.
How about that big body man? Yeah.
But Maven and
Orlando,
they get jumped by an unexpected duo, that being Jamie Noble and because if you remember right, Jamie.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to remember storyline.
So Jamie bet Booker T that he would advance in the King Ring tournament.
and he
Booker
was
made fun
very
of him.
correct.
And so Hurricane stood up for his former friend turned rival. So Jamie is coming out to have
His
Hurricane's back.
Yeah, essentially.
Basically getting him back for how he had his support.
So it's Jamie and who else?
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, the guy that tracks.
So finally
Fellow masked man, you
Yeah.
got camaraderie.
Finally Chavo and Edge take out Kidman
Yeah,
and
That's it.
oh no, that's actually Kidman's the last one out. So
Yep.
so Edge isn't here, it's just Chavo and Ray that are with
Makes sense.
Quinones
I was
and
saying,
Noble.
Edge is still drunk from, winning the fast pace.
Well, and he also has a match later on tonight, whereas the other guys don't.
Yeah.
So when JBL,
Never mind, he's not drunk.
so when JBL is in the ring playing to the crowd, he turns around and sees all his compatriots.
Where are all my friends?
Well, they're all down on the rampway, right? So they've all been taken out one by one, piece by piece, and they're all down there.
I can just see JBL making his entrance. He's over here waving to the
Yeah.
crowd as bodies are just dropping behind him.
And so when he turns around and he looks, he's aghast. And then we hear, "Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through." Toa Reigns, Saren Moore, Rey Mysterio, Chavo Guerrero, and Jamie Noble all acknowledge the Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, not that kind of
Yeah, not the we the ones, but like in a fist bump or a high five, that sort of like, go get him, we got your back, we believe in you type way. And it's because of John's stunned nature that this match, I'm gonna say that it kind of, it's quicker than you would have expected. It's not quite
We're talking like a 5-6 minute match instead of a 10-15.
right. I was gonna say it's not that 3 moves Rey
Three
Mysterio
moves anyway,
JBL match,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's one of these things where John can't get his rhythm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he just wrestled on scaffolding a few days ago.
Yeah, recently.
He hasn't gotten over the high of the crowd loving him,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's blown away by his team all being
I'm
taken
about
out.
to say, it seems like all the cards are against JBL. Guy can't catch a break.
So the Hurricane gets the definitive 1, 2, 3 after hitting the Eye of the Hurricane,
Love that move.
and all of the good guys come in. They raise him up on their shoulders. They play the crowd. Columbus loves it.
I'm about to say, we always love a babyface victory in Columbus. So, next up, we have Kane and Chris Jericho going 2-on-2 with Tommy Dreamer and Steven Richards for the AEW Tag Team Championships
I have a question.
of the world. I have an answer.
Will a young Benji streamer drive 4 hours to see his hero, Tommy Dreamer, wrestle here at at the Nationwide Arena.
He absolutely will. In fact, he'll be in the front row because he won some kind of advertisement sweepstakes.
Love
So
it.
Benji Streamer is sponsored by Minute Maid.
I love it. I mean, that's if it was in 2026. Yeah.
I'm about to say, it would have been spot on. Excuse me.
Love it.
So I'm going to cut to the chase on this match because, again, got a lot of show to cover. Jericho do retain, but that's not what's important here. What's important here is after the match. So, Kane chokeslams Dreamer 1, 2, 3. He gets the pin. Once they leave, Dreamer is helped up by his friend Steven Richards. The crowd is applauding the fighting effort that these two young men did. And as Dreamer's going to walk away, Steven turns around and hits him with a Stevie kick.
That's cool.
He's turned on his friend, who I think they've been together literally this whole time. Well, that's not true. Literally since right before Raven left.
Yes.
So, a year and a half now?
That feels right.
Give or take. But, completely betraying Richards, a young Benji streamer is devastated.
I love it.
Can't believe it. Tears in his eyes, I think. This is CM Punk coming back on AEW Rampage. How devastated this man is.
That's beautiful. The next match is for the fast-paced championship.
Ooh.
And before the match begins, we see all of the shenanigans that have been going on for this title. Whether it be Test beating up and dragging the lifeless corpse of Paul London costing Test the title to Edge partying it up after winning the title. The point of it is this is a triple threat match. It's Edge defending against Paul London and Test.
Ooh.
I gotta tell you.
I'm about to say these fast-paced rules are going to be a little bizarre with triple threat, right?
So, nobody is able to stay down very long.
Yep.
People can be on the outside and do whatever they want.
Yep.
It's just going to be crazy chaos is the point. And I want to just reveal something from the backstage stuff. I did not originally have this as a triple threat. Originally, it was just Test getting a rematch.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was like, man, Paul's been involved in the storyline for so long.
The whole time.
Gotta have it be a three-way.
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
And so I think that he brings an extra dynamic to the
I'm about
story.
to say he definitely levels up the speed by a lot.
Yes. And so what I see London's role being is kind of the road runner to Test Wile E. Coyote.
Ooh.
And
That's a phenomenal comparison.
and so no matter what Test tries to do to win, London's always costing him. And then
Listen, I told him to stop calling Acme. Like they just don't. Their products are false.
if I was to give Edge a role here, it would be Bugs Bunny, where he can pop in and out of the scene. He can just do crazy stuff. And in the end, Edge does retain the title because of all of the nonsense and the shenanigans.
And the extra chaos.
Yes, sir, the extra.
You know what? You love to see it. You love to see it. Couldn't win King of the Ring, but hey, you got to win at King of the Ring, and that's just as good.
And he's still champion.
And he's still champion at the end of the day. And speaking of champions, it's Jazz versus Lita for the AEW Women's World Championship.
In the semi-main event of the show.
Semi-main event of the show. And this match has a lot of significance just in the history of AEW alone. Because if you remember correctly, Jazz lost that title to Lita and, 7 other people. And TLC match at SummerSlam two years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
In 2002, whenever that was.
Yes.
But since then, the championship has eluded her. I don't even think I've given her a one-on-one match for the title since that time.
Interesting.
I might have, but she was injured for a while. I got the memory of a goldfish.
Lita was injured too for a while.
Injured for a hot minute as well. In fact, she was injured right after that match, and I forgot.
Yeah.
I was really pissed off.
Yeah.
I had a great show afterwards, though.
I thought Ladies' Night was genius.
I'm about to say, this is probably my best idea to this date. I'm still trying to catch up to that. But, needless to say, I think these two... What's that old saying with Bryan Danielson can have a great match with a broomstick?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that saying applies to these two as well. So, imagine if they wrestle each other. But...
Can I have somebody come out and admire this match?
Sure.
So I would like for Dawn Marie
Ooh.
to come out and admire this match. Because, if you remember right, 2 weeks ago she won an ECW-style three-way dance.
Yes.
And in her proposition for the match to
Paul...
Paul...
It was a cat fight for three-way
Yes, a three-way cat fight. So, in her proposition to Paul, she she gushed about how Raw was treating the women.
Mm-hmm.
And said how that Jazz was an ECW alumni. She didn't say that Lita was ECW's Miss Congeniality, but she was. And so I can see a world where Dawn Marie longs for the respect that Raw gives to the women.
Yeah. But, yeah. So these two try to kill each other basically through 90% of the match. Lita hits that suicide dive that she don't trust on that one Raw, but, doesn't die.
Yes.
Jazz nails a timekeeper. Powerbomb through the timekeeper stable. Like she's been doing pretty much her go-to signature card at this point. However, she can't win the title with a count-out, so drags her back in the ring and try and get the pin. But no, Lita is able to counter out of the bitch clamp. I'm trying to remember. I think it's a victory roll-up.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah, trying to remember there's so many different
mechanics.
Yeah, but end of the day, Lita is able to catch Jazz with the twist of fate. Jazz pops up immediately and completely no-souls it. So Lita hits another one and then picks her back up, twists her around in the reverse DDT position, and hits a reverse twist of fate, and then nails her with the moonsault to finally keep the first AEW Women's World Champion down for the 3 count.
I love that. So I don't love this main event, I'll be honest with you. And here's why.
Let me hear it.
There's a dynamic in wrestling that I feel like is a tried and true recipe that we are not...
Oh, we are not even pretending to adhere to it.
Yes. So, on the SmackDown side, the most excellent Lord of the Ring, Gene Ole Dinsmore, is a very, very...
Dastardly Hill.
Yes. And on the Raw side...
we have Randall Keith Orton.
Who is not in any way the good guy.
And if you thought he was... the match he had earlier today confirmed that he was not. In fact, some people backstage, I mean, not us, obviously, are saying that he doesn't even deserve to kind of be here since Triple H kind of handed him the belt. Maybe that'll play into future proceedings. Who knows? But we'll have to see. But while these two are both heels, I will say, in the spirit of the company we kind of stole the name of, they do have face versus face and heel versus heel all the damn time on AEW.
Sure. And I'm not saying it can't work. It's
very unlikely.
It gives me a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll say this about the two men.
Mm-hmm.
Great wrestlers.
Oh, phenomenal wrestlers.
Great wrestlers.
No question about that.
So, I also don't like something that I had notated for the match.
Let me hear it.
And I know that you have something similar notated for the match.
Mm-hmm.
I have a man show his envy in this match. So Evan Weiss, at one point in this match, he is so jealous of Dinsmore's rise in the company that he tries to cost him in the match. Now, when Evan Weiss gets involved, Ric Flair and Triple H make sure that the referee don't see it because they don't want Dinsmore to win the King of the Ring via disqualification.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
Or, I said Flair. I mean just Triple H. Triple H is smart enough to see Evan Weiss coming because Weiss is only ever had one match.
Yes.
And that one match was against two men.
Yep.
And he lost that match.
Badly.
Weiss is not what I would consider a very thorough thinking man's wrestler.
No, he doesn't
think. Where's Triple H?
He's a passionate man.
Passionate, yes.
And Triple H is the opposite. He's very cerebral.
Yes, sir. And so Triple H makes sure that Orton doesn't lose via disqualification.
In fact, I have a great idea. So, as Evan, I'm assuming he's running through the crowd.
Sure.
All right. So Triple H sees him on the other side of the ring, runs to intercept him, and just hits him with a high knee.
There you go.
About to say, I feel like it'd be fun. So, I feel like I said, these two I would have a phenomenal match. I feel like Dinsmore, and this is very important in my mind, doesn't hit a broken halo, but is able to hit the, I want to say foretellings, but that's not it.
So, prophesying moves,
Prophecy,
if you will.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
foretellings. Move of prophecy.
Yeah, moves of prophecy. So, he can hit the fall from grace, which is the rock bottom. He can do basically all the hits.
Yes, I'm about to say. The point being, Orton's able to kick out of all of them, get to the ropes. I can't remember the name of the sharpshooter right now.
It is called the Lord's Will.
Lord's Will. He's able to get to the ropes for the Lord's Will. So Orton is able to take everything, but he's very cautious of that broken halo. It's the only thing that he's not confident he can kick out of. So, because he's so cautious of it, though, Dinsmore, being a thinking man's wrestler himself, fakes the broken halo to get the was it fall from grace?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So basically, like goes for the kick, like kind of pump fakes the stunner, so Orton kind of like jumps back, and that's how he's able to catch him into the fall from grace.
Love it.
Orton is able to kick out from that. It is then afterwards. Point being, he's setting up for it. Finally goes for the kick of the gut, turns around for it, and this time Orton's prepared for it. Throws him around, nails it RKO out of nowhere,
Out of nowhere.
and is able to secure the 1-2-3 on the Lord of the Ring to become the King of the Ring.
I love it. So, as we were saying on Raw, these two are Ohio Valley alumni.
OB-Dub.
And so this is, I think that regardless of them both being heels, it's going to be a great match. I appreciate you.
One last little thing.
I still appreciate you.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate you too, brother. But after the match, Orton gets the King of the Ring crown, gets the scepter, throws the cape on him. Batista and Flair come out. Orton is hoisted up onto Batista's shoulders, and the show goes off the air with Evolution celebrating and Orton holding the scepter.
Yeah.
Nice times.
I like it. I like it a lot.